Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has had an abundance of new gameplay finally shown. Creators were allowed to play and record 30 minutes of a gameplay demo, which is cultivated into an early look at all sorts of characters, transformations, different maps, ultimate attacks. So much Sparking Zero content, and I've compiled, I think, some of the best gameplay we have to watch. So let's take a look. First off, shout out to all the creators who I'm going to be pulling content from. The first thing I wanted to show off to you guys is just gonna be some basic gameplay. I found that this video really showcased someone who actually knows how to play the game and has a good feel for the controls. I feel like that's gonna be a really important thing to look at. What does it look like when we actually get to learn and know how to play this game? I definitely felt like this player has some solid Tenkaichi 3 experience, and he knew exactly what he was doing with the combos and the movement. I have so much to say. We're gonna go through a lot of different things here, but right now we're just gonna be talking about basic combat and basic movement. I feel like it looks really good. It definitely looks a little bit better than how I was expecting from the initial showcase that they showed us. This is another thing here. In the old Tenkaichi games, I feel like that wouldn't have connected. Supers and rush attacks are going to be connecting a lot easier than before. But yeah, from what I can see, everything is looking a lot better than before. Super polished. We've got different clashes in the game. I'ma just shut up and let y'all take a look at this beautiful super. It's just, oh, it's so good. And then we have the end. So another thing I want to show off, this one is in Japanese. Something I found super interesting and just feels really polished. Before and after every match, there seems to be custom dialogue.
I don't share Kakarot's taste for forgiveness. Go back to hell.
Vegeta, you talk so grandly for a lowly monkey.
Yo, so before and after every match, even when you do ultimate attacks in the game, that's why voice actors apparently were in the lab for this game. There's over 5,000 different custom voice lines for each individual character. Even if the characters have no relation to each other and have not interacted before, they will have something custom to say to each other. Matches feel more dynamic and real. You really feel like you're really there and you're not just playing a video game. Okay, the next thing I wanted to showcase to you guys is I do have a video that has compiled every single ultimate in the game. I feel like this is really important to showcase. I really would love to just sit back and do a grand reaction to every ultimate in the game, but that would make this video super duper long. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys some of my favorite ones. Oh wow, you see you travel really far for the rush attacks in this game. At least for that one he did. This one right here is really cool. I remember Afro Senju showed this off in his video and he had no idea where this was from. I had no idea what this was from. I thought this was from UI Goku in Dragon Ball FighterZ. But apparently this is what Goku did against one of the contestants in the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super. So you can see that they're pulling from all different lanes of Dragon Ball, the manga, the anime, anything that they can touch on, they're pulling from and they're putting it in the game, and that just feels so good. It just feels so good to see. Woo, some of these I haven't even seen yet. Oh my god, these are just regular supers too. Okay, this is the one I want to show off. Angry Kamehameha. Oh, and perfect. And we get to show this off early as well. If you do an ultimate attack in the tournament arena, the stands leave. Everyone in the stands just abandons the battlefield, and then the tournament arena actually opens up. I don't think he's gonna show it here. Opens up and becomes much larger. Before you do this, you're kind of trapped inside the tournament like usual, and you can actually toggle on and off ringouts. I know some people were a little bit confused about that. The map just opens up so much more, and it looks huge. Everything becomes destructible. The environments look amazing. Everything that they've done just has made the game look so polished and dynamic. I do feel like there's still a little bugs here and there, and there's some things that they can work on over time. And to be honest, sometimes even the character models do look a little janky to me.
This is the animation right here.
Okay, I really wanted to show off Dotto's video. I didn't plan to, but this one is another beautiful one. Twin Dragon Fist, I think is what this is called. They put so much sauce into every single ultimate, every single attack. It just looks so good. Woo. I haven't even seen this one. Okay, and now of course Vegeta has some cool ones as well. I haven't even seen this one yet. We've got the ultimate from Great Ape Vegeta, a giant Galagun. I'm really curious to how the Great Ape type enemies are gonna be in the game. Like, are they gonna be strong or are they gonna be weak per usual? You know, obviously they'll probably have the benefits of not flinching and stuff like that and not getting staggered easily, but I did notice, I've seen that a certain caliber of enemy can actually stagger the Great Apes. Like if you're using Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, he actually does stagger a Great Ape, which makes sense. You know, of course, God Gogeta is a lot stronger than Great Ape Vegeta, so that's gonna be a lot interesting. And let's take a look here at Big Bang Attack. There's so many versions of Goku and Vegeta in the game. A lot of people are really excited about that. I kind of wish that they weren't separate character slots. You know, I hope that we get a lot more variety of characters eventually shown off. You know, obviously there's a lot more character slots, but a lot of them are so far the same character. And this one is so beautiful.
This guy go.
Final Atonement from Majin Vegeta, the detail that they just put into this game. We finally have an anime game where it feels like it's actually a game that's made in the year that it's being released. Why for so long have we dealt with anime games that feel like they're dated? They feel like they should have came out 5 years ago. It's because they don't believe in putting the money and the time into anime games as much as they do other AAA games, even though these franchises are sometimes bigger than AAA game franchises. And it just feels good to see that we finally get the attention to detail and the polish and the budgets that we deserve. And hopefully, once this game sells abundantly, we get more of this, maybe for other franchises. Let's do it for Naruto. Let's do it for One Piece even. I don't even like One Piece, but let's do it. More anime deserve this treatment. But obviously, Dragon Ball has earned its strides a lot more. You know, Dragon Ball is a hugely popular anime. It's had many, many successful games, so that's why Dragon Ball is getting this sort of treatment. But even still, for a long time, a lot of Dragon Ball games even, they release unfinished, they release unpolished. You know, they're not their best, but this one, it really looks to be an attempt at something with some genuine quality to it, which I can't say enough about. I cannot wait to have this in my hands. So let's take a look at Trunks here. This is one I wanted to showcase. I feel like this one looks really cool. Dada was saying that he felt like this animation was too long.
That was it. That was my only complaint. You can see it's still going.
As you can hear, so I guess regular super attacks have a lot of this treatment as well. Super attacks kind of look like ultimates in this game, and I can see how that can kind of get a little bit annoying as we go on, but I mean, I don't see myself getting tired of any of this. Spirit Sword Trunks. Beautiful, bro. I cannot wait to land this. I cannot wait to land this repeatedly on people.
Actually pretty good in this game. Boom.
Okay, so they finally made Scattering Energy Wave actual tracking ability. But this is what I wanted to show off. Even regular characters like Krillin, regular humans, you think, okay, you know, basic attack? No, they gave everyone sauce. Oh my god. Super Destructo Disc at the end. Absolutely beautiful, bro. I love the attention to detail for everyone. Right here is a really good example. There's a big change for how beams are going to work in this game. As you can see, that is a really good example of how much the beams curve in this game. They curve to track opponents, which is very different to how it was in the previous game. Usually your character model will kind of shift a little bit before they shoot the beam, and the beam would be straight. Always. It will always be straight. But this time, as you can see, they want the beam to kind of curve towards where the enemy is going. I wonder how that's going to work. It feels like a lot of the super attacks are a little bit too easy to land from what I can see. So I wonder how it's going to be with dodging certain abilities. Like, is it still the way how it was before, where you kind of have to time and evasive? Maybe you dodge it and stuff like that. But we're going to have to wait till we get it in our hands to see stuff like that. Okay, and now one of my favorite characters that they've showcased in the demo, Android 17, my GOAT from the Tournament of Power. I feel like this might have to be a main. He looks too good. I don't know what they did. I don't know why they did it, but they just love someone at Dragon Ball. Someone in the higher ups, they just love 17, bro. He looks so clean, so cool in everything that he does. So that's pretty much about all I wanted to showcase from the ultimate attacks and special attacks. Something I wanted to talk about as well is the character select screen. I've got to be honest, I kind of hate it. Ooh, oh my gosh, wait. This Super Saiyan 3 character model just looks absolute. Where's his mouth, by the way? What the wait, actually, where is his mouth? You know, obviously this is an old build of the game, they have said, so there's some things that are going to be off comparison to the final game when it releases. But some of these character models and this character select screen, you know, the character models look good when they come here. I don't think this is terrible, but the just blurred background with the like low quality screenshots of the character models as the select screen here, I feel like this is really lazy, to be honest. You know, obviously they've done something amazing with it that I'm going to showcase in just a second, but just looking at this here, if I'm gonna nitpick, which I should, I feel like I want this game to be as good as it possibly can be. This is not up to par. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite character select screen. I feel like they've done a lot better with much more simple layouts in the past. Like Raging Blast 2 is not really the most fancy character select screen, but it looks a lot cleaner than whatever this is. You know, this kind of looks like a mod. Like it looks like a, I don't know, it looks kind of fan made, you know? It's like a fan made hypothetical of what the game should look like. You guys are gonna have to let me know down in the comments what you guys think about it. But obviously we have a reason for this character select screen looking like this. I do agree that this is really, really cool. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with what they did here. So as you can see, once you start the match from the character select, it transitions straight into the battle. You're already on the battlefield. You get that little whoosh, and you're just fighting. That is so clean, super dynamic. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a great idea. And obviously we see Hercule here. He is actually a runner character. Oh, looks like he can jump. He's up there though. I wonder what other characters are gonna be like this. Maybe if they put Jocko in the game or something like that, like in Xenoverse. Another thing to notice is just how many Gokus and Vegetas there are in the game that all take up their own individual character slot. No, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it in the slightest, but it does rub me a little bit. You know, it's like, oh, you know, is it really? It's really not 160 different characters. You know, obviously they said that the moves and everything will change depending on what costume you're wearing, so that will add a lot more. That will make things a lot more dynamic in how different each character feels. But we're gonna have to feel it in our hands. Like you can see, even transformations are the same character slot. I feel like this is just too jumbled up. It's too, like, it is pretty simple. You know, maybe you can find your character pretty easily because they all go in order. But I feel like this is just not ordered correctly. It doesn't look clean. It doesn't look dynamic. I feel like it was a lot better before in Tenkaichi 3, where you would click on one character and then all of the transformations would open up. I feel like that's a lot more easy to find what character you're looking for. This is going to be quite the hassle. I might just go random every time I want to play because I'm not going to want to scroll through this every time with 160 characters here. So really quick here, we're going to look at the gameplay showcase that they showed off. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I'm sure people have talked abundantly about this, but this is where they showcase how much you can customize custom battles in this game. This is going to change everything about anime games in general, bro. This literally means that we have endless content to the game. Not even just for myself as a content creator, being able to customize how strong people are, what type of intros they'll have, what type of dialogue they'll say before the match starts, what type of what map you're on. You can create fights, post them online, and have other people play it. It's almost like Super Mario Maker for Dragon Ball. Even as a regular player, this is going to be a limitless amount of content that is going to make this game last far longer than probably, I'm not going to say any other game because we have Xenoverse 8 years old now. It's so good. It's so good. I cannot wait for this test out and see what sort of things people come up with. I feel like I'm just going to have a series on YouTube where I just go ahead and play through different people's crazy battles that they set up online and just join in and try to beat different raid bosses. Maybe I'll put people at the max difficulty. I'm so excited. So here they talk about the reason why local multiplayer is trapped to the hyperbolic time chamber. It seems as though, I'm just going to sum it up for you guys. Pretty much they decided to do this last minute because of fan outcry. You know, obviously originally we saw that the game was supposed to be single player only and multiplayer online. So the reason that they kept it the hyperbolic time chamber is because they added it last minute, which we do appreciate. I'm not talking down on it at all, but basically apparently the game just can't handle all of the dynamic environments, you know, the way that the environments will have stage destruction and the scale of each battle. So even for local multiplayer, which is usually where the game is the strongest, apparently we're gonna have to be trapped to the hyperbolic time chamber for local multiplayer, which is fine. No, it's something, at least we have it. But in the future, you know, obviously this is gonna be an obvious fix, maybe for the next game or maybe for an update eventually. I doubt, but probably for the next game, hopefully we can get that fixed and we can have, you know, local multiplayer be playable on every map like a normal game would. But nevertheless, definitely glad to have it. It definitely still looks good, still looks fun. Here next we have a quick look at every transformation that's in the game. Just another thing that looks, another thing that is just so clean. You know, shout out to Stormmaster. It's so good. It's so good. Everything looks really, really nice with the transformations. I've had
pretty much-
almost no
pretty much
complaints
that's
so
what that
far
was,
with the
bro.
transformations. We
Kid,
even got
bro, look
many,
at
you know,
changing the
different
character.
abilities. Super
I figured it
Kaioken.
out for at least transformation.
They've got the transformation from the Broly movie from Vegeta into God form. Even fusions look absolutely amazing, bro. You got the swirling aura from the movies, bro. They've got so much attention to detail from all sorts of
power up into Super Saiyan itself.
transformation into blue here. You know, looking at stuff like this just makes me feel like I have nothing to worry about. This game is going to be polished. I don't have to worry about the game lacking in any way. We even got, oh, I haven't even seen this one. Golden Frieza. Beautiful. So real quick, this is going to be the standard control layout for the game. Obviously, this is different from what everyone's going to be used to. I feel like it's not that different. And my only wonder for this control scheme is for the standard, it adds this move called Perception here. And the guard goes up here. And this seems to be a new move on the control scheme. And if we go to the classic controller, B is now guard. And then there's no perception. And then LB becomes revenge counter. So I do feel like I'm going to mess around with these two a little. I may end up sticking with standard here depending on how it goes, but I really just wonder, what does that mean? I wish I could ask one of the creators, you know, what does perception mean? We're gonna have to wait till we get the game in our hands to see about that one. Shout out to Siriax. I really want to show off how dynamic these stages are going to be and how cool the tournament stage looks when
And then Goku charges up the Spirit Bomb. This is where everything gets crazy, bro.
you launch a super attack and the entire arena just clears. Everyone just leaves. And then we got the clean Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Spirit Bomb attack. Brand new. I don't think anyone's shown this before. And then as you can see, you can just travel so much further. There's so much more range to the map. I wonder how much more map.
How does he know I'm fighting Goku?
Prominence flash from bro. I can't even speak. I can't even breathe. I wonder how many more maps are going to have stuff like this where you're able to just move around so much further. You know, how grand is each map going to be? Like, it's got to be crazy if they couldn't put it in local multiplayer. Yeah, obviously there is some new stuff here as well with the story mode, but I feel like most people have probably already talked about that enough. The one thing I wanted to show off with this is this right here. So random. First person perspectives during the story. Now, something to worry about is I did hear that the story mode is not like a typical story mode. It is very different. Apparently, you are only going to be able to select from 8 different characters and play through different story moments in their journey, it seems what it's going to be. But the fact that you can go ahead and change the outcome of each battle, play through different alternate realities of what could happen, I feel like they've done a pretty solid enough job to give us a lot more variety with what the story mode is going to look like. Everyone's going to have their own individual experience, it seems. You know, obviously everything you could customize from the custom levels. There's so much customization that you're going to be able to have with everything to do with the game. This was another cool thing that I think Siriax showed off. Everything looks very, very similar to the old Tenkaichi 3 games. As you can see, he shows off this exact same combo here in Sparking Zero. So the trips, the combos, the regular attacks to your Y attacks, vanishing, it's all the same. So if you really want to get good at Tenkaichi to practice for Sparking Zero, it seems like it's going to be the way to go. I'm probably just going to lock in when Sparking drops and still be equally as good as everyone else. Be at the top of the charts. I cannot wait to get in and just lab everything and just learn everything about this game, all the combos, everything to how the game works, everything that's new, everything that's old. It's going to be super fun. Everything seems to have a good level of depth to it. I wonder how deep it's going to go and how difficult it's really going to be to get actually really good at this game. And so yeah, that is every single detail available for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero that released from the gameplay demo. Let me know in the comments. I don't even have to ask how excited you guys are, but who's pre-ordering the game? Who wish we could play the game yesterday? I'm really curious to see how many players this game is actually going to have on release and how many players are going to stick around, because this game is so popular already and so big. Probably going to be and have one of the biggest player bases for an anime game at launch that we've seen in a long time, maybe ever.
Oh, he looks so sick too. Only to be rejected.
You know, I'm gonna be prepared. I can't wait to beat everybody's ass in my way. You know, nobody's gonna be a contest to me. I will be at the top of the power pool. You know, nobody is gonna, you know, scare me or anything. I will be the best at this game, you know, max rank, all of that. I'm telling you right now. So this is definitely gonna be one of the places you're gonna want to be when the game finally releases. I'm going to be putting out videos non-stop, story mode stuff, custom battles, online battles. We're gonna be going crazy. Every single thing to do with this game is going to be done here on the channel. So subscribe if you're new, and that's gonna be it for me. Be sure to like and comment down below what you guys think, and